Action!
Hey everybody, and welcome to Chicago Reacts Movies and TV. We are so excited to have you here. My name is Michael. I'm an actor here in the city of Chicago, and I am joined by the ever-brilliant, the always talented, the one, the only,
Zach, also an actor here in the city of Chicago. And what are we reacting to today, Michael?
Yo, I'm so excited. We're reacting to The Witcher Season 2, and I am so pumped for this. I loved the first season, and then I read all the books, and then we've been playing the game on our Twitch channel, Chicago Plays. Check it out. Yeah, we've been playing Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So good. So I'm just consumed in the Witcher universe right now, and I'm loving every second of it. So I'm so excited to be here for season 2. Today we're watching episode 1, A Grain of Truth. And hey, if you're checking us out from Chicago Reacts, thank you for jumping over to Chicago Reacts Movies and TV. If you're new to the channel, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of other reactions. We're going to be reacting to this whole season. We also will have a Band of Brothers reaction coming out later on, and plenty of other good stuff for you to react to. And hey, if this is the first time you're seeing us or meeting us, go check us out at Chicago Reacts or Chicago Plays on Twitch. We would love that.
Yeah. I love like blue and orange when it appears on the lanterns. Looks so good.
I'm in need of lodging.
Oh
Oh no.
He made quick work of Colin there. It's a pretty nice little drone shot we got here.
Yes.
You think that's that guy's only line? Not today. First person what though?
Oh, she's going through his memories.
That was neat though, that first person.
Oh, so cool.
I've seen this.
Stay on the horse.
Also, Henry Cavill is like just a huge Witcher nerd. Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
Like on set correcting everybody. And I saw something where he was like, he goes to the director and just goes like, hey, so on page 258 of this novel, I really think we should use this line here. And like, man, that's like the dream when you're if you're producing or directing something and you have an actor that committed to the lore and the project, like, oh my God.
Well, when he's a fan, I think it gets the fan base excited because you know that someone who is as excited about it as you is involved in the project and playing this character. Yeah, and what more could you love than someone who's so passionate about it? I think it's really cool. I watched an interview with him about how he developed the voice for Geralt because he wanted to pay homage to the actor who did the voiceover for all the video game stuff. So it was very cool to watch that. And he's just so like in the lore of it. It's like, you know, obviously he needs to make it his own and, you know, scale it a little bit differently for film, but
you're gonna have to send me that video of how he developed that voice, because I would find that process really interesting, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the gist of it. He didn't go into like detail and stuff like that, but yeah, very cool. I'm really excited because like I read the books probably like a year ago. Yeah. And I'm like, but they're like, I read them all together. So I'm a little fuzzy on like what exactly happened when, because I haven't reread them or anything. So it still feels very new. And it's like, ooh, I feel like I'm like getting clues and pieces. So this is very fun. I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember. Okay. Maybe I don't remember. Okay. I remember that. Yeah. So, can't wait. This is so good.
Yeah, baby. Same.
Yeah. wake up and you're captured.
So it's been a long few days.
I'm worrying.
It's where witches go back on the battlefield. When you saw me and that woman before it happened.
Yes, well, it was more like a dream. Hey,
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you think all of Cavill's dialogue as Geralt was done ADR? Because it's such a low register, I'm like, man, they must have had Cavill do months of post-production ADR.
It's possible. I mean, I would say a lot of this stuff is 80. I mean, just with like the style of film dialogue these days is much more like quiet and soft spoken.
Right.
That, or you have to give space for your actors to like actually be able to speak.
Right.
But when you've got like, you know, this whole scene probably was because they probably have got your camera on some sort of a truck.
Right.
She's probably not riding a horse when it's this close up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like.
Right.
So I would imagine it was.
Mm-hmm.
But
for those of you that don't know, I've done some ADR. Have you ever done any?
yeah.
It's a weird process. It's basically like you go into the studio wherever they're doing their edits and you basically watch yourself and you have to re-record the audio as if you're in the moment, matching your lips. Everything has to match. If the particular scene was intense, you have to, while in a studio, basically like amp up your emotion and match it to the scene. It's one of the weirdest experiences to get used to. Like I remember being pretty like disoriented when I did that for the first time, at least.
Yeah, it takes some time getting used to. I think it's fun, honestly.
It's cool.
It's a weird thing to do, but it is fun.
And some actors, believe it or not, do not like watching themselves back. So I know some actors I've actually worked with that straight up refuse to do ADR. I'm like, that's
really?
only going to get you so far.
See, I don't love watching myself back, but when I'm doing ADR because I have something to work on, it's like, oh, I'm not judging my performance. I'm just matching my lips and like doing a new performance. So, or not new, but like mimicking.
Yeah.
So I feel that though.
Yeah. I just wanted your thought because it's like Cavill speaks on such a low, deep register.
Yeah.
I mean, even the best
it's still
of
pretty supported, you know?
Yeah,
it's
but
not like
to
he's
me,
like whisper. It's not like breathy.
Right.
It's guttural, but it's supported.
Very,
you know?
very
So
strong.
I would imagine that would actually pick up not that badly on a mic.
Especially with the quality of microphones and stuff that they're using.
Yeah.
But.
So I'm not positive that this would be because, you know, if they've got an electric vehicle and they're using lavs.
Some form of lav, I'm
Yeah.
sure. And I mean, when you get onto...
And they've got all that fur. I'm sure it's like tucked in that fur. So it might not be.
When you get onto sets like this, you know, you're probably using 4, 5, 6 microphones at any given time. You know, between boom ops and then having different lavaliers. They probably even have multiple lavaliers going to try and get the sound.
I mean,
perfect.
I don't know. I'm not that
sound gets crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just an interesting tidbit there from a couple.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I really like the color correction on this. I like how it goes very blue, but it's still so clean. Ooh, back where we began.
Mm-hmm. Every time I think I know what this is, I get a little excited. Yep.
Geralt!
Evelyn,
I'll tell you everything.
He's got that classic, like, seductive voice that you clearly, like, shouldn't trust, but you do. This reminds me of this scene in Witcher 3 when Geralt gets bathed, remember? When we took a bath. Got those fancy clothes.
We still have them in our inventory.
Oh, yeah, we do, baby.
The white flame will cleanse us all.
Resist or submit, it makes no difference.
That's a powerful touch. What a cool fucking shot, my dude. What the fuck was that?
Beautiful silhouette. Oh, that's so
what
cool.
a shot that was.
The color contrast in all of these shots are really good.
Every single scene, to me, the most common, like, obviously in the previous scene, like, it was very warm, representative of the hospitality, but in a lot of the scenes, there's such a strong contrast between the very cold, white, mute blue, but yet it's so bold at the same time, contrasted with the orange warmth of the flame. That's something I've noticed throughout this entire episode, is the contrast between the blue, the blue teal, if you will, and the orange, which is a classic cinematic look, but it's just really well done here. It's just very clean, and it's led to some really, really cool images.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see Amir in this season, because we've seen him in the last season, and knowing where his character like journey goes, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm just really excited to see where they take it this season and where it all ends up, because I'm really excited. This is really cool to see this. Oh, I'm so excited. And I was right. I knew exactly what. Oh, this is so fun.
Beautiful.
It's real. What is interesting is, like, they're playing some scenes that are talked about, but like they're referenced.
Not really
Not
fleshed out.
like, it's not like you're reading the scene as it happens. You're reading someone talk about the scene, which makes sense to me that they would. In doing a film version of, or a television series, you want to see the actual action. So it makes sense that they're jumping and showing you the actual scene.
Right.
But it's interesting to, like, it almost, as someone who's read the books, is exciting because it's like, oh, I get to see it like fully fleshed out. This thing that was merely mentioned or had a small description of, or so that is really fun.
Yeah, no, I'm envious of your position right now.
But it's fun. It's fun because we both have such a different, like, we both have been having fun playing the game, and obviously we've watched the first season, but now, like, we both have sort of a different relationship with this. So it's fun to, like, see what you're reacting to.
And it's really
like, very fun.
It's really cool to, like, bounce off of you on this too.
Yeah,
like, it's endearing, but it also makes watching this that much more enjoyable for me.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love it so much already.
All right.
Elven warrior, human age.
This is cool. This is cool too.
Yeah.
Instead found love and ran away against their people's will.
we throw daggers. Whoever misses your dear father's head drinks and tells the truth.
Prepare to lose.
Don't you just want a house like that?
Yeah,
I want
what?
this thing. I want that thing. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it also makes you want to, like, hang out with the two of them.
Yes,
It's
right.
like-
I wanted to play a drinking game.
Yeah. Although we'd probably get wrecked.
Yeah.
Maybe not you, because
My liver's worked up, but I don't know if I could go up against a Witcher and Werebore.
Werebore?
I would guess is what he is, arguably.
What changed you?
Who? Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Is this rarest and fairest of all maidens? The one who could crack an icy witch's heart?
She's dead.
I'm sorry, my boy. How long ago?
I love this actor who's playing.
He's
so good.
he is like so perfectly cast, because it's like when he is talking, he just commands your attention.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he has this like vibrato that he can tame at moments, and it's so fun to watch.
And he plays the character with this like very like physical sense of hospitality that is it's a beautiful performance that we're watching right now.
And I love that it's prosthetics, right? I mean, it seems
I'm getting that I would say maybe 90 to 95% of it is. That's my impression.
Because I would imagine, like, especially even in like the bodysuit that he's wearing, I imagine that adds so much to the character,
right?
But it's so how he's using it. I mean, it almost becomes like puppetry at that point, where you have to fill out this other form.
Exactly, and
it's really cool.
I love that in acting too, like being able to rely on something maybe that is tangible, or if you're playing a character with an accent, like there's something about the commitment to that helps me as an actor at least transition into that character. Like a perfect example is in Saturday, the movie that we made together. I was never a smoker at all before the character that I played, and one of the character traits that character had was smoking. So I always, every day on set, and every day that I wasn't on set, but leading up to that day, I always walked around with a pack of cigarettes. And that was how I physically became connected to the character. And it's amazing how that really helps to distance you from yourself and become more tangibly engaged with the character it is that you're playing. So to what you're saying about Nivellen having that physical prosthetic that helps transform him into the character is something that is extremely cool. And as an actor, I see as like this huge asset to becoming a character. And that's why now, whenever I play any sort of character, I find something. I find something that I do, whether it's a small action or something physical or a behavior. It's incredible, but he's doing it phenomenally well.
Yeah, that's very cool to see how well he's working with what I would imagine would be pretty difficult prosthetics to work with. So very cool.
Yeah.
He really does fine in the cold, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's like freezing out, and
he can just relax and take a nice deep inhale. Oh shit!
End this. For me.
You're mortal now. Do it yourself.
Oh my god! Oh my!
Oh man, that little I'm like piecing things together. Like, oh, that makes sense. Okay. So good.
The Nivellen story, man. I mean,
brutal, right?
That actor, that was one of the probably the best performances I've seen in quite some time, as far as like a show. He just brought so much to the character, and then when he turned and you saw him in like a completely different state of vulnerability, I mean, he just killed it. He
was excellent.
He absolutely killed that. And then the actress for Siri is also just really good too, for a younger actress.
Yeah, it's
some
cool
of her subtleties.
To see her play like as the actress matures, play the character differently.
Right,
you know,
right,
and you know, she's bringing maybe more nuance to the character. I mean, I think the character is just seen a lot more, where you know, in the first season, she starts as sort of this, you know, privileged princess.
Yep,
and then
exactly.
to see that all worn away. And now we're seeing her with, and it's really fun. I feel like it's easier to fall in love with the character of Ciri. And I love that connection between, now she feels so alone, she feels so different because she knows that that she has some ability, but she doesn't know the extent of it.
Right.
And to connect with the monsters in that way, like I thought that was so well done. And it was so fun to see, you know, as soon as I saw the doors shuttering, I was like, I know exactly what this is. I know what character this is. I know that this house is like magical and it's going to be so fun to see it. And it was excellent. And then the contrast between this bright, welcoming place and then the last scene. Yeah, the actor who played Nevelyn was so great. What would you, if we're going by our Band of Brothers rating system, out of 1 to 10 Nivelyns, what would you rate it?
Nivelyns. I would give this 9 Nivelyns. I thought that as an opening episode, it really does an amazing job of just like jumping you right into the action. And yet there's this like self-contained story within that episode, the whole Nivellen saga, and then Ciri, being able to see and experience Ciri's very brief relationship with Verena, but how you can see her philosophy and her psychology starting to build. And and again, just a nod to the acting. It's not only is it quality acting, but the way that psychologically these characters are so in tune with the character that they're playing really helps you read all of the nuances. And yeah, I feel like this really sets a precedent for what is going to be an awesome season. Yeah. And I really liked too how I just thought that the writing was really good too. Like, I was gonna say I loved the writing in this episode. I thought they brought a lot of really strong story elements from the book, but also putting it out in scenes. I mean, every scene was good. The scenes between Yennefer and Fringilla, and the scenes between Amir, like the torture scene, like that. I thought that was really well written. And did you notice too the whole main story too was woven very nicely. And I thought what they did really effectively was a lot of times in movies or shows where they have multiple different plot lines going on, I think what this does a little bit differently in my eyes was every time you transition to a new part of the universe, a new part of the timeline and story that was happening, it stays there for a time. Like all the scenes with Nivelle and stuff, those were all 3, 4, 5, 6 minute scenes. Yeah, they were longer. Exactly. So that just kind of helps establish an intimacy with the characters within the scene, and then us as the audience. It allows us to get comfortable, if you've noticed too, within each scene as well. We really sat with those people for a while before we cut away, which was, I agree, that was very nice. Right, which to me only added to my appreciation of the Nivellen story, and then seeing now how, like where Geralt and Ciri are going to take this experience into the rest of the season. I need to look up that actor. That I know. And the reveal at the end of that his past sin was raping a priestess. Like that was some deep fucking shit. And like he just played that so well. And that's not easy to do, Pete. Like to portray the werebore side of him, and then side by side with the human side at the end. That here he is gaining his own self back, but experiencing this excruciating loss at the same time and overwhelming grief. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but I love that sort of human nature philosophical approach to like monsters in this whole series. I mean, I think that's what makes it really such a beautiful story, is like the monsters communicate so much about like who are we as human beings and like how we see ourselves versus
Verena's line about that was really really well.
Yeah, humans do terrible things to everybody. Yeah, like I thought that was good. So it was good. I was gonna say 8, but 9 is pretty good. I'm gonna stick with 8, but I thought it was so good. I guess I just want to leave room, but
sure,
it was like thoroughly enjoyable. I was so excited. I mean, if it wasn't obvious, every scene I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And there's it's fun to like kind of know like tie-ins. Like I guess I don't want to say a ton, but like like I guess I don't want to like reveal too much, but maybe I like the story with the like the what is that thing called? Like the lantern.
Oh yeah.
Allegory story, whatever.
Clearly,
the dancing elf.
Yeah, there's clearly some deeper themes.
Yeah, like that was cool, and knowing like I don't want to say what the importance of that is, but knowing it and then seeing how they portrayed it was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
how they inserted that. So, y'all, I'm so happy to be here watching The Witcher. This is so much fun. Nice. I hope you are all having a fun time with us. If you are, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hey, make sure you go check out Patreon so you can see the entire whole reaction. All right.
Watch it with us side by side from start to finish.
Yes.
Also, let us know in the comments what you thought of the episode. Clearly, that this has been a long awaited return to the series. So, was this first episode, did it kind of live up to expectations? Did you what experiences like Michael did you have, especially if you've read the books as well?
Yeah, love to know what your experience is coming in. Or did you just watch the first season? Are you a fan of the video games? Have you read any of the books? Let us know in that comment section down below. And how excited are you for season 2? Give us your score out of 10. Nibblins, yeah. We love it. We love having you here. We're so happy to be here reacting to this series.
Yeah, baby.
And I think with that, unless there's anything else you wanted to add.
I don't think so. I'm so excited for episode 2. So
yeah.
Let's keep it rolling, all right?
We'll see you next time
on Chicago Reacts. Movies
and TV. Yeah!